Well, I don't think he'd be surprised by this anymore, so let's go ahead and just get that formal alliance with the UK while it's going to be super easy to do so. Oh, look, more war. Nicaragua?
Okay.
What the fuck?
What the hell's going on?
What the fuck, Nicaragua? I'm not even like, you have no reason. It's just that they declared so many wars, everyone has like full justification against them.
You're like, eh, why not? Fuck it. God, that's so hilarious.
Let's go and get Sweden as an ally while they'll take it. He's going to see these alliances and respond to them, so I don't want to necessarily go for everybody, but this is a good chance to get a fuck ton of allies. One country that does not care that all these countries declared war on me, by the way, Ireland. Ireland's fine with this. Got my alliance with Sweden. Let's go for one with Ethiopia at this point, like, just for the hell of it. I can get one with Netherlands just for the hell of it, but it's literally going to be just for the hell of it because they're about to die anyway. But getting these alliances can make the world market think way better of me. Let's go for Norway as well because they're involved. Finland I don't want to touch even if they like me because they're at war with the USSR and I don't know what side I want to pick because I don't know who's going to come out of this alive. With Japan, you know, Shibi also fighting the USSR. And look, he's making progress. He's taken this whole region. He didn't have this last time I checked. Switzerland loves me at this point, so I might as well go for Switzerland. I mean, I don't want to conquer Switzerland, so... Who else are they allied with? The Netherlands, of course. Let's go ahead and take that. Luxembourg loves me. Let's go ahead and take that. Let's just go for literally all the allies that I can get. He's going to be so confused. Yugoslavia, I mean, you know, why not? They're enemies with these guys too. Do they have any more military production? Literally no. There's no way they're going to survive this, but we're already in it together, so let's go for the allies, right? I held on to doing this for quite a while. How's my money going to do though? Looks like it's doing all right, and I think that's even with, yes, a $22 billion annual preparedness spending budget. Let's go for some Middle Eastern allies too. We're going to get Iraq. We're going to go for Saudi Arabia. We're going to go for pretty much everyone that we can right now while the world thinks such good things about me. Even Afghanistan will take one. They don't even have any military production, but this is just me making a rapid expansion of a sphere while I can. Egypt as well. Like, anyone that will befriend me right now, I will take. Maybe leaving out countries in my own hemisphere. They don't care that much anyway, except for like Nicaragua. But other countries, because I have no other countries that I want to or need to invade for any reason. There's nothing anywhere else in the world that I need or want that I can't get where I am. Let's get West Africa. Let's get literally everybody. Sudan. Can I get Sudan? Yes, barely. This isn't even the Sudan. This is some Western Africa version of Sudan. Senegal, most of these alliances literally won't matter, but they will still extend my sphere, let's say, even though I don't have a sphere. And again, I have no reason to invade any of them except population, but if I'm going to do that, population resources, I have my own hemisphere that I'm leaving for that purpose. I have fucking Ireland or anyone that's on the Axis side. My industry goods production is back down, so we've pumped out good amount of military goods. Yeah, we've gotten that up a good bit, but we are lagging behind on actual industrial goods. Oil usage is going up too fucking fast, so I'm gonna have to deal with that before like anything else at this point. I'm gonna pump down another 10 oil gas fields and see what that does. We should be able to build that much. Due to the whole third-party relations mechanic in this game, these alliances I am making literally should end up creating a sphere of countries that unify around liking me. Theoretically. Simultaneously, because it's so literally all over the place, random and rapid, he likely will see this as a reason not to expand to any of these countries, which will also further help me. Even these little island countries as well. I'm going to get all of them. My treaty integrity doesn't matter at this point if I'm allied with everybody. I'm not going to ally with everybody, but I am going to get a lot. I'm nervous about getting allies over here right next to him, though. I think I might refrain from doing that. but I'll still take what I can to be able to peek into their countries if they'll grant it to me, which not all of them will. Why is the leader of Tibet a child? Also, Yugoslavia and Germany formed a ceasefire, so Yugoslavia is officially out of the war. I can at least get a bunch of these treaties with Finland, because I don't plan on fighting Finland. We can get Yemen, Muscat, and Oman. This is really probably throwing him for a loop. He probably has no fucking idea what's happening right now. Like, I went from making barely any alliances to right now I'm just allying the entire fucking world. But I'm not doing it in his backyard. I'm being careful not to make him feel directly cornered on his side of the world. I'm just trying to expand my own influence, secure the safety of my overseas holdings, and generally set up a situation where my treaty integrity stays high, where my safety and my capability to move around the world stays high, but also where I don't cut myself off from invasion opportunities that I might want or need to do. I love how I even allied Luxembourg. I have 34 allies. I can also research a new escort ship, the Gearing. I don't know how well it will actually stand out, but I think I'll go ahead and research it since it's so far ahead in tech anyway. How's my industrial goods doing? It's doing alright while pumping out some more oil. But I am still going to need more of it. The more of it I make, the more oil I need. It's one of those kinds of things. Let's make another, if we can. I have a decent enough supply. Let's go for, how long do these take to make? 80 days? Not so bad. 6 more oil and gas fields around the country. Oh, Norway and Germany have a ceasefire. I do want to peace out of the war in Europe, though, because it doesn't benefit me to be in it. It just consumes my money, which right now, we're down to elevated, so it's only consuming only 6.5 billion. But it's also probably, yeah, it has me very militarized, which I don't need to be. Good to see that with my military fucking out. I dwarf every other military in the world. What's my land army up to? Oh, this is my land army? Wow, it's grown a lot since the start. You know, I don't think I need any more rangers either. So I'm going to take continuous build off of those rangers and call that the end of the amount of rangers I need. I've accomplished all the goals I had set with my rangers anyway. Let's peace out with Bulgaria to start, since currently they're one of the only ones that'll take it. Croatia will take it as well, so I'll peace out with them as well. That leaves me at war with Germany, Hungary, and Romania. You know, I'm not surprised that pretty much every old French colony was really offended to see Germany and all of them declaring war on me.
Is that what happened?
A lot of the old French colonies, yes, are the ones that suddenly started loving me when that happened. They're like, oh my god, he's in the war, yay! Even with all this oil making, our total production is still doing pretty decently. Let's go ahead and place some more industrial goods while we're at it. We have a decent enough stockpile, I think right down here, just filling Farmington up with industry goods should be good. Oh, my research on improved power grid 4 finally finished. That was a long time coming. That has helped my production of electricity insanely. If it didn't go into all of these goods, I would gladly cut my production of it, but it does go into all of these goods. So I'm not quite sure about doing that while I'm undergoing rapid expansion. Money's still going down a little bit. I'm gonna turn on 2 more consumer goods factories, just to add. I'm constantly running out of things to research due to how many research centers that I have. Looks like his stockpile of military goods is empty. He's been fighting over in the Soviet Union again. And his industry goods are also still not positive. I'm in a way better position than him in terms of these goods. And the further I develop them, the more unstoppable I will be, especially with my constantly increasing numbers. He hasn't really expanded his own production too much aside from taking over some from the USSR. I think we're on a good track to be able to win this. There is still non-stop shooting in the Netherlands. I don't know how the Netherlands is still alive. The USSR is still not accomplishing a goddamn thing anywhere. He's not even making more military goods production. He's just exclusively focusing on making industrial goods production. And he's so out of industrial goods that he can't make enough military goods. And he can't even make all of his industrial goods factories. I'm very, very happy with our position right now. But We'll see if that position lasts over time, especially if he successfully conquers any good portion of the USSR. The USSR, by the way, which is making a retarded amount of industrial goods and military goods factories. They're on it. They're fucking solving the world problem right here. All by themselves. They're desperate. Although, I'm curious, their oil is out. As we can see. Their oil production is no longer sufficient. They have a good fucking stockpile, but I don't know how long that's going to last them. At least so long as I keep selling mine, countries will keep buying it from me anyway, and then I can prop up my treasury, which is still dropping due to my still lack of having my consumer goods factories online. I'm currently only at war with 2 countries, Germany and Hungary. They will not accept peace yet, but eventually they will, and that's when I will have peace out of this war, while gaining like almost 30 allies out of it. I may be called back into it if Germany goes war happy again, but it's something I think I can get back out of fairly easily, seeing as this isn't my backyard. The whole world is running out of a number of resources right now.
Practically everything.
More and more countries are running out of oil. Industrial goods are still sparse. Military goods are sparse. Consumer goods are becoming sparse because industrial goods and oil are sparse. World's not looking so hot. A lot of my oil gas fields are finishing. That's good. I know I'm going to need more of those. Maybe I want to get this active number up to 600. That would be a good goal.
Definitely is nuts.
I'm just building them wherever, even in inefficient territories, because I just have so much of it anyway. So long as there's already infrastructure down to build the oil. So I'm going to place another 10 oil gas fields. I want to get this number up to 600 before I start doing any more major expansion of my goods capacities. We still should be doing some, though. We should be doing some. Let's pick this west coast town of Ashland as a new location to place military goods, but I'm only going to place 1 factory there for the time being, since I am already capping out my industrial goods and building a hell of a lot. All my building is keeping my inflation nice and high, which is keeping my GDP per capita climbing. Let's see the GDP per capita. I'm number 1 in GDP per capita by a long run. A lot of other countries are dropping just because they're out of things to spend on, or they're running out of money, or all other sorts of situations. It's only good for me. Street integrity is at a healthy 76%. His is still down at 66%. I could declare war on anybody I want for whatever reason I want. I have the military goods to fight a small war. Emphasis on small. I'm no longer building rangers, so I should probably get the remnants of my rangers and send them to Africa where they belong. Looks like I had pumped out a decent bit more rangers here. None of mine have traveled back from the Congo. I'm going to send these ones over to Liberia. There's about 9 more, and they can defend that, so my Africans' holdings are at least a little bit defended. A little bit. I don't want any more rangers because they're not necessary. You know, with the fact that I can sustain more military goods than him, it almost feels like I would be able to just go and declare war on him now from anywhere and drive him out of mainland Asia and just narrow him down to his islands. But the problem is, even though I can sustain more, I've already seen what my military is willing to consume, and I know for a fact that I cannot sustain a war that large. So that's the goal right now. Increase my infrastructure so I can sustain a massive war more than anybody else. Make sure I can afford it monetarily, which I have more capability of doing than just about anybody. And then, when that's possible, I can win if he doesn't advance as quickly, which I can tell by his building. He's not building stuff as quickly. Oh, what's he doing up here? He's making a new naval production and a seaport up here with a supply depot. He wants it for supply. That's something interesting to be spending your military goods on, or industry goods on, while you're in a industry goods shortage. He's building more supply depots out here. Yeah, he needs these to progress. But, you know, it's costing him. This is good. He's thinking short term with his conquest of the Soviet Union. And in the long term, even if he conquers this whole thing, I doubt his military will be large enough to protect it, were I to just show up in Europe through any of my allies and say, hello, and invade. Looks like we can get a peace with Hungary. Oh, they made me pay them 150 mil. I didn't see that. Whoops. Alright, 150 mil's not a lot in the grand scheme of my budget, though, so that's fine. All that's left is Germany. They still want peace. They might offer it eventually, though. At some point, somehow, Germany got control of a random swath of, like, Egypt? I guess this was probably part of Italian Libya. That's probably, they took over these towns and supply expanded. And they got part of Italian Libya. Well, Germany's now in Africa. Also, Hungary and the USSR have formed peace.
Yay!
Why are you saying yay? You're at war with the USSR.
I don't know. Yay!
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 Yay! And now Hungary with Greece as well. A lot of these industrial goods are about to finish. The oil is halfway through. I think I can spend some of my reserves here and get away with it. I'm going to fill up, where is it? Ashland here with military goods, which we still desperately need. I need to get this number over 100 of active military goods factories. Over 100. Realistically into the hundreds. Like matching my consumer goods at least. To be able to wage the kind of war that I'm going to need to wage to win. Are we having supply issues out here? We are. Maybe a railroad here, since this seems to be a pretty popular path, would be handy. We got a railroad that goes here but doesn't connect to this city. What the fuck's the point of this railroad then? Let's finish connecting this as it should be. And then we can connect this rail line over to Farmington, which we're making a bunch of industrial goods at. Connect Farmington up to Grand Junction, and that should help fill in supplies in this region, which apparently are having an issue. Oh wow, because of the war my army staff has actually skyrocketed because my AI pumped out basically all my garrisons, and now I have the largest military. That's good to know. I'm gonna get rid of those garrisons and for now just take away of his control to put out any more, because that's a little excessive. We do not need that. That actually puts a mill cap penalty onto us that I do not want to deal with. And already, as you see, getting rid of the garrisons has massively dropped my total here, which should help with a number of things, budgetary and also keeping countries from being mad at me. And I'll just keep the garrison control away from him until I can trust him with it, aka when we're not at war with Germany. Slowly but surely, more and more little cities of Poland are revolting with their partisans and getting away with it. I love seeing even little tiny countries like Mongolia building industrial goods, because that's just how bad the problem has gotten.
Just sit back and wait for my stuff to finish building.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I've been doing basically this whole playthrough today, aside from my invasion of the Congo. Hey, we can get our alliance with Equatorial Africa. Perfect. Another ally strengthening my sphere.
Well, I can't build that much, but it's also driving my inflation fucking down.
Yeah, it's crazy. You know, money aside, like, I feel like a lot of countries have the money to keep their inflation up. They just don't have the resources to keep their inflation up. Like, the USSR is actually close to deflating. Germany is deflating massively. Italy's deflating massively. The UK's deflating. Like, yeah, these countries have money. There's just no resources to be able to utilize this money. That's crazy. Dude, at this rate, my tech is going to be advancing so quickly that we are literally going to break into Cold War era tech due to how quickly I am researching. The Germans must be researching quickly as well. I'm sure of it, but I'm still way ahead of them, at least I can see that. He must be way behind me in technology. The amount of trades I'm getting, because I am the only country like with a surplus of certain things, like generally industrial goods, military goods, and petroleum, I can't even, I'm not even looking at the trades anymore.
You're just like, yep, accept.
No, I'm not accepting them at all.
Oh, you're not.
I'm not accepting a single one of them because they're not offering me good enough deals. I'm letting them buy off the market instead. My economy is staying very, very active with an 8.6% inflation. I've been holding roughly around 8.5 this whole time because I can make so much stuff because I am the only country in the world that has a surplus of anything, aided by the fact that I'm the only big country that isn't really actively waging a war, even if I am at war. I think it's time we officially and finally switch over exclusively to Shermans and get rid of these lights. Go through a modernization process. We can probably safely get rid of this scout car and honestly the TH3 as well. just focused on modernizing. It's safe to say we can get rid of the older anti-tank gun as well. It's safe to say we can get rid of the older artillery gun as well. Rather than consistently expanding for a little bit, we can just try to upgrade where we can. Get rid of a lot of older things that we're still using. Such as this Mustang. We don't need the Mustang anymore. We don't need the Tomahawk. We don't need the Hawk. I guess I'll also start beelining it to strategic and even tactical nuclear weapons. All the way into like some Cold War shit, because we can afford to do that now. Another 10 oils have finished. Got another 10 going. We seem to have the capability of doing that. Bulgaria and Nicaragua have a ceasefire. Why Nicaragua?
Don't know.
United Kingdom and Norway formed an alliance. Alright.
But now maybe the UK. Oh, I don't know. Maybe the UK now can start landing troops in Norway and push the Germans back out.
That would be the smartest thing they've ever done. But they just... All I've seen them do with their units is sail them down to Italy and get them killed. The Soviets have made literally no progress anywhere.
Neither have the Germans.
The Soviets are just fucked, like, all over the place. You're pushing in on them. They can't move anywhere in Germany because they don't have the materials to. Same with Romania. They're just locked in forever wars that cannot end well for them. You know what I can do? Or I peace out with Germany. I could probably conquer Greenland. Theoretically. I don't know. This would be a job for the Rangers, though, if I've ever seen one. I'll give it a shot. Let's take these Rangers and let's group them up. And then when we get them together, since Germany doesn't want to peace out yet, I can try to take over Greenland. Theoretically. I won't be able to take all of it, but I could take at least whatever's around the ports. Or the villages, not even the ports. Do these even have ports? Is there a single port here? There is a single port here, yes. Single pier. Well, I'd have to land here and then take the towns. And the towns wouldn't be enough because they don't project supply that far. But so long as I take the pier and that stuff, at least I end up gaining some territory. I mean, look at this. I've already gained some useless fucking sea territory. Bulgaria and New Zealand. Italy and the United Kingdom. Oh god, that is so good for the United Kingdom. Now they can stop dying to Italy. I wonder what they'll do with that newfound capability. Probably nothing, because they're out of resources and everything. I can't believe Italy's still alive. Oh! These UK and Italy's ceasefire fell apart. They're back at war again. Wonderful. Oh my god. There's the colonies going to war again. Yeah, that didn't last long at all. You could say that. I never built a seaport over here, which I intended to. But just with the lack of industrial goods, I don't know if I want to put that into there. So I'll just keep using this sea pier that's not even in my territory. The lack of a port actually helps protect that area anyway. How's the oil doing? It's doing alright. I think I'll focus on oil and pump that number up to 30 and get the remaining oil that I'd like. Man, there's even more places I can place oil already predetermined. Wow. We're not going to run out of oil anytime soon on my mainland. Forget about all the oil I've taken over from places like Canada and etc. Looks like the Philippines is not doing so hot in terms of money. They haven't even really built any of this other crap either. Just maintaining what they're doing, they've been running out of money. And I mean, so have I. I'm going to shoot them another like 5 billion with which they can use to survive. That's going to drain my own faster, but the more oil I make, the more consumer goods I turn on, the more all these other things that happen, the better. I'm going to turn on 5 more consumer goods for right now. Ah, fuck it, make it 10. Once this oil is done building, which 10 of it should be almost done building already, halfway, then I can get some more industrial and military goods, etc. I'm finishing a lot of researches right now and unlocking even more. Let's get up to air defense sites. Fuck it, let's go right for tank tech 46. Hell, let's just set up researching military production level 3. This is literally Cold War era tech, and we are rushing towards it with all of our research capacity. Theoretically, Germany and the UK should be going just as fast, if not faster than us. We can definitely see that they're starting to make some progress in some places, but with all my excess of spending, maybe something like the war anyway, is slowing them down. Wow, Amsterdam is actually really, really close to falling. It only has one garrison left.
Well, it took Germany fucking 4 years.
Germany's lost over 1 million population now in casualties.
Well, they got 177 more million people they can throw at them.
Oh, that's their population. That's not their reserves. I don't know what their reserves... I wish I could see their reserves, actually, because losing 1 million, I mean, that has to be adding up. If my income was any better, I would just raise my military salaries, too, because that would help me accumulate more reserve personnel as well, which eventually I might need. As of right now, just the money due to the elevated stance is taking up a decent chunk. All I can do is try to make myself profitable again, likely via exports. Everyone has money anyway. God, even agriculture's making me a fuck ton of money. If I just turn on all my production, I could be rich. My expansion is what's slowing me down.
Brazil?
That must be historical. That must be historical.
No, it is. They sent an expeditionary force in World War II.
That's hilarious, dude. Maybe I should end up befriending Brazil instead of attacking them. I don't know. It's hard to say because invading all of this could help me eventually if I need to. Here's my ranger force, by the way. All my rangers are heading on up.
That's right. We may as well just take this into the Cold War.
It may go into the Cold War at this rate. Who knows? So how's your war with the USSR going?
It's stagnated still, but I am making small grounds. My supply lines are pushing up, so they're losing supply.
What countries are you even going to take next if you do successfully take the USSR?
I don't think I'm going to take the whole thing. I might peace out with them once I take about half of them, but...
If I were you, I would set a more targeted goal. Like, for example, if I was going to continue fighting with the way that your situation is, you could take about half, yeah, but very close to you, just north of Mongolia, is a very rich oil field. You could make that your goal.
Oh, I know. That basically is. I want that oil field.
Oh, we've landed in Greenland.
That's why I said about half, and then I'll probably peace out with them once I get that.
Let's move on. There are other towns in Greenland here. We take these, and we can pretty much take all of Greenland. Oh, when did I get Iceland? So historically, without even realizing it, I was given Iceland. That is a historical thing. But I didn't know that it happened. I had absolutely no idea that that happened. Theoretically, I should have been handed Greenland as well, but it was conquered before that. Well, I have Iceland as a colony. That's interesting. Not necessarily worth much, but I'll take it. Let's give them 1 billion to get them off the ground as well. Let's get the rest of these dudes moving out. Take this town as well. Oh, this has a barracks too. That'll be handy. I could literally base these rangers out here. Maybe I should be making more rangers. I don't know. I could definitely make a fucking naval base up here of some kind, though. I know that. This doesn't have a port. Why are you guys doing this? I have to get rid of your fucking AI control just to get you to do what I want. Walk your asses over there. You can't walk over there, can you? Oh, the supply here is terrible. I need a military base and all sorts of shit to actually get the supply going. There's another town up here, too, actually. Yeah, we need a military base with a port to replace this crap. I'm gonna actually go out of my way to make such a thing. Military base, seaport. It'll be a little hard to make it, but once it's made, it will help spread supply, and then we can really do something with this territory here. Industrial goods are doing a little bit better, because we're probably finishing a fuck ton of the oil. We are. Oil amounts are looking much better. Military goods still needs some improvement for sure. Industrial goods also clearly need some improvement, though. Let's find a spot for some more industrial goods. Around here, LA looks good. Let's go ahead and plop down the rest of the hex over here at Santa Ana. That should be good for the time being. Germany and the UK signed a ceasefire. I wonder if that one will last. We're gonna need railroads to fortify Greenland as well. If they can peace out...
That might be bad news for Russia.
I might be able to peace out if they can peace out. It might be, but I don't think the UK was doing a lot to actually distract Germany at the end of the day.
Oh, speaking of which, Germany took Amsterdam.
Oh, they did. Oh, nice. But The Netherlands is still willing to fight. Get this connected by rail as well to expand what it can do. We don't need an airfield over here. If we have anything here, it's going to be an air base so that we can utilize the supply. Hungary and Australia signed a ceasefire. I'm getting so many requests for things, and none of them are good deals for me whatsoever. Oh, we're burning through that fucking industry goods. I'm doing my best to manage and maintain it. Oh, we have some new tank designs coming up, including the M4A2 Sherman HVSS. I'm going to assume that's probably better than our current Sherman, and it certainly looks better than all these other options. So I'm going to research that and skip out on the other options. There must be a shortage of agriculture in the world too, because I am selling agriculture for a lot. UK signed a ceasefire with Croatia. Oh, looks like the UK might slowly be piecing out. In the battle of who would make a better ally, Finland or the USSR, Finland is starting to look more, let's say less risky. Well, the world will be happy to know that Hungary and Nicaragua aren't going to start World War III.
We're still in World War II.
Oh, really? I thought we were in the Cold War era.
Not yet. Maybe in a few years.
Yeah. The Cold War start date in this game is 1949. And now Hungary's pieced out with the UK as well. UK has 2 more wars left. Italy and Bulgaria. I don't know if they'll get that one with Italy, and until they peace out completely, realistically, they're going to be completely fucking useless.
But hey, could be worse. See a swastika in place of that British flag.